From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Monday, March 7th, 2016. Silver is trading at $15.77 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,272 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $413. Antiwar.com reports at least 13 civilians were killed Sunday and dozens of others wounded in Aleppo's Kurdish quarter held by the Syrian government when it was hit by scores of rockets and mortar fire from the surrounding area. At least 4 children were among the slain. Initial reports from the Syrian state media put the toll at 14 killed, but this was later revised downward. The Syrian Observatory for Human Rights reported that the attacks were launched by al-Qaeda's Nusra Front. This adds to the toll of people killed during the Syrian ceasefire within areas that are supposed to be covered by the ceasefire, though of course the Nusra Front is not a party to the ceasefire and was never expected to abide by it. There has been speculation in the lead up to the ceasefire that the Syrian military would capture all of Aleppo before the pause began, though ultimately that was not the case. Aleppo has been contested for years, and what was once arguably Syria's richest, most important city has been badly damaged. Are you an advocate for free market money? Do you promote Bitcoin as an alternative in a fiat-centric world? Then you need Spendabit in your arsenal, the search engine for things you can buy with Bitcoin. Spendabit aggregates millions of products from thousands of Bitcoin-enabled merchants. Keep your money in the free economy. Visit spendabit.co today. Bitcoin merchants, ask about our merchant suite to reach even more customers. Spendabit.co. UPI reports Florida Senator Marco Rubio won the Republican presidential primary in Puerto Rico, handing him his second victory in what has become a long-shot bid to capture his party's nomination. Rubio received more than 50% of the vote, allowing him to sweep all 23 delegates. Rubio struggled in the contest held in 4 states on Saturday, finishing a distant third or fourth to frontrunner Donald Trump and Texas Senator Ted Cruz. Rubio skipped campaigning for last-minute votes in those 4 states and instead headed to Puerto Rico's capital, San Juan, to campaign there on Saturday. Rubio, who is the son of Cuban immigrants and who speaks Spanish fluently, was heavily favored to win the U.S. territory. The race was dominated by debate over the debt crisis that the island nation's government is facing. Puerto Rico owes creditors $73 billion, and many on the island have called for the U.S. government to craft a bailout package to address it. No other candidate campaigned there, and the GOP has opposed crafting a bailout package in Congress, a deeply unpopular stance for many Puerto Ricans. Puerto Rico will send delegates to both parties' nominating conventions, but residents there are not permitted to vote in the general election. Also on Sunday, Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders clinched a victory over former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton in Maine's Democratic presidential caucuses. Sanders beat Clinton by a margin of 2-1 in voting in hundreds of communities across Maine. For nearly 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals like gold and silver. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and have permanently removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co. Reuters reports Ray Tomlinson, considered to be the godfather of email, has died, according to his employer, Raytheon Company. Tomlinson was 74. Raytheon spokesman Mike Doble said in a statement, "A true technology pioneer, Ray was the man who brought us email in the early days of networked computers." Doble said Tomlinson died on Saturday morning, but he did not know if he was at home and did not have a confirmed cause of death. Tomlinson worked in the company's Cambridge, Massachusetts office. An article in the Sydney Morning Herald reported that Tomlinson had died of a suspected heart attack. The tech world reacted with sadness over the passing of Tomlinson, somewhat of a cult hero for his 1971 invention of a program for ARPANET, the internet's predecessor, that allowed people to send person-to-person messages to other computer users on other servers. A tweet from Gmail's official Twitter account read, "Thank you, Ray Tomlinson, for inventing email and putting the @ sign on the map." Internet pioneer Vinton Cerf called his death very sad news. Tomlinson was inducted into the Internet Hall of Fame in 2012. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.